Keep pushing, brother. This is going to be oh so tight. Oh, Night Vaporfly 3 went far too early. W Mills sees him off. He moves into the twos. 255 per kilometre. Have you got anything more? 250. Can you nab Green Top at the end? I can see the finishing line. Look at the time. 57, 58, 59. It was not quite enough as my brother W Mills came home in 19 minutes flat on the nose. But we knew we'd be back soon for him to finally break into the 18s.
Oh, who is this? W Mills!
That little fucker had gone out using shoes he got me for my birthday, got himself a 15-second PB and had not recorded. So the only way to rectify this was I got a train down to the south coast the following Saturday. We went to Seaford and I paced him to see if we could break that 18:45. I still won't forgive him if he does. But let's go. Underway at Parkrun, on board with me at the moment, and yes ladies, and males for that matter, that is D Mills ahead looking absolutely fabulous in his pink top.
I wasn't ready for that. My watch started before the thing started, and then I started the camera like 2 seconds late.
Oh, fantastic. On board with William now. You just saw me. You can see me there in the yellow top and the backwards blue cap. And in an unsurprising turn of events, had managed to not start his watch at the right time, so he was already a kilometre in on his watch or something. Had started the camera late, which means syncing up the stats with the video footage is even trickier for me. Takes me an extra hour or so. Thank you. What a lovely guy. Hero.
What? 3:45. Christ. 350s.
You hear us there having a discussion about the pace I'm going to try and go at, and he wanted 350s when 3:45 is an 18:45, and I decided to go middle ground between a 3:45 and a 3:50, because if we were averaging 3:50 with a couple of K to go, we'd have to make up 15 seconds, which I think is just a little bit too much. 400 metres in, we are behind Black Vest and South Africa 100, but that doesn't last long as I put a bit of a burst in, get past one, then the other. Does W come with me? Absolutely he does, and we move on behind Blue Vest.
And after a K.
I believe that was W Mills referring to us knowing after a K whether he felt like dog shit or not. But I'm not going to allow that. You're not doing a 18:45 last week and blowing up on me this week. Yes, move on behind Blue Vest. Move on through. On to the next.
Thank you.
Always got to thank the volunteers even when you're on the quest for eternal glory.
My mouth's so dry.
We've heard it all with W Mills. His mouth is oh so dry right now. It's currently lightly raining, so stick your mouth in the air and shut up. We have actually been running most of this kilometre side by side though, so that is a good sign that he is feeling okay at the moment, despite his usual antics.
I'm 3:47, Will.
And he's even being very bold and sneaking ahead of me here as I let him know we are averaging 3:47 at the moment. As he moves on past this young chap and I follow him through, that first kilometre split is coming up fast. And there it is, a 3:46. Cracking pacing, if I don't say so myself. If you could maybe drop a like and subscribe, that would be very much appreciated.
Damo's in like second, third. Alright. Ed's and Brocklehurst are behind us. Yeah. No, Brocklehurst in second. Yeah, the other guy's miles away.
We were having a little discussion here about where people we knew were at the moment in this park run. You can see Damo still up there in the pink. And that did mean our foot came off the gas ever so slightly. I saw some 3:55 and 4 flat per kilometre, which is absolutely not what we want. This is not a zone 2 conversational run. Let's get back to it. There we go, 3:45. 1.4k in, and Will's still feeling good enough to ease ahead of me occasionally. These are all good signs that we can hopefully get this job done today.
I don't think I've got GPS. I don't think I've got GPS. Because I've got average pace 5:09.
Well, just go with me then.
Right, it's time to stop worrying about your watch, W Mills. You cocked it up at the start. You're with me. Sit on my heels. Let's go get it done. Stop talking. Stop using energy up as we hit a mile.
I might have stopped it. I started it like a minute before it started.
He's still bloody going.
How do you feel? Not great.
Not great. It's all that bloody yapping. Let's have a look at the second kilometre. A 3 minute and 48 seconds, meaning we are now averaging 3:47, which is right bang in the middle of what we asked for and what the goal pace needed to be, really. So I'd say a pretty good job from me. But that average pace is only tracking for an 18:56, so we are going to have to pick it up at some point as we enter the most tricky kilometre in the whole course, where we have to go round the Martello Tower and do a 180-degree turn. I'm going to try and make sure we just about stay in the 340s. Navigating this fairly sharp left-hand turn here, and my goal was in the next 300 meters before the turnaround, see if I could get ahead of the guy in the white top to avoid being held up in the turnaround itself. And I've managed to get right behind Oslo now. D-Mills flashing past on the right, and I make a move for it. But Will is a little way behind himself, and is gonna have to kick a little bit, I think. Come on, lad, push to get there. Finally having a sniff up the inside now, but is he going to be decisive? No, he's not, as I scurry round. He has to stick behind him and then push on past him afterwards. That's definitely a second or so lost, I reckon, as he now has to push a little bit harder than he would have liked to get back up behind me. But no major damage done. We are together halfway till home.
Oh, you fucker.
He's now complaining that I've just splashed him. Sorry, lad. It's bloody raining, and you're lucky that it's not thunderstorming right now, as it was forecast to.
Stop splashing me.
Sorry, officer. Coming up to the Martello Tower again for our final couple of obstacles before it's just a straight line for home. First one navigated okay. I'm trying to be as quick as possible through here, be as agile and nimble as a sack of shit can be. And it looks like we might get lucky with a nice opening out of there. Yeah, no one coming in the other direction there. And it's just a straight line for home. We've hit 3 kilometres and I couldn't quite keep us in the 340s there, meaning that average pace had dropped to 3:48 and we were tracking to sneak into the 18s, which would have been absolutely fine last week, but now we really needed to pick it up. So I set out on clawing those seconds back.
Keep this up, Will, we got it.
Keep this up and we've got this, I tell him, an ever so slight porky pie. As I could see on my watch, our average pace was 3:48 per kilometre, and we were going to need to just get quicker and quicker before the end of this park run. You can see the pace on the top left of the screen, flicking between 3:40 and 3:45, and that occasional little dip towards 3:35. We were beginning to put a proper shift in, but will he be able to follow me all the way until the end with over a mile to go? I check he's still with me. He most certainly is. And then I scurry to the right to avoid his wrath going over that puddle. You can hear from his breathing he is beginning to struggle. But that is to be expected in the 4th kilometre at Parkrun. Still able to thank a volunteer, though. You can see ahead I'm really starting to push this pace. I had seen the average pace had come down to 3:47, but I wanted to try and get it to 3:46 within this 4th kilometre. I noticed I was putting a little bit too much ground on him, really, so I did have to just make sure I didn't go too quickly. To fully break him, we may have to rely on some Mills passion at the end.
I'm struggling.
And yes, he lets me know he's having to enter a dark place to go with me, but we're almost a kilometre from home, and you always get a kilometre for free, right? I noticed we're also beginning to catch a couple of runners ahead that I hope is enough to spur him on. And there's our 4th kilometre at 3:44, so we'd picked it up nicely. That average pace had come down. We had gone through in 15 minutes and 9 seconds, meaning in this final kilometre, we need to up it to a 3:35 to beat that 18:45 from last week, which is a tall order, but surely W Mills won't let me down. Around 800 metres to go, and I was conscious he wasn't right with me, so we're still going along at 3:40 to 3:45 per kilometre. We're still catching those two ahead, but we're going to have a lot to make up in the final 400 or 500 metres if we continue at 3:40, 3:45. And just afterwards, I made the decision that we've got to go now, W Mills. You can see I've started to pick my legs up higher. My cadence has increased. I noticed that the average pace hadn't quite hit 3:45 yet. And we needed to average 3:44 to get Will that PB. And we finally start to see Will getting into the mid-330s. 500 to go. I am right with Black and Grey Top. Will needs to follow me through.
Come on, Will. 400.
Come on, brother. You've got to get behind me. I think we've got to get to Blue Top to have any chance of getting this PB. And he finally makes it through, but Black and Grey Top was putting up a good fight. And now with 300 to go, we dip into the 320s, and it is that final drive for home. Let's bloody do this. Will definitely started to pick that pace up to get right behind me when he could see the finish line. And Blue Top is beginning to get closer and closer to us. And Will's moving through past me.
Don't give everything.
Give everything, brother. This is going to come down to seconds as we move into the 3 teens. And Will hits 3:05 a kilometre as he comes past me. 3 flat. There's still 200 to go. This is going to burn like a motherfucker.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep going. Go on. Go on.
Just over 100 to go. We've taken Blue Top. I'm shouting encouraging words at him that he absolutely loves.
Come on.
He tells me to fuck off, but we don't care. He's coming to the line. Look at the clock. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I think we've done it. Yes, we've done it with a 3:31 final kilometre. Will nabs himself a 5-second PB and we get that sub-19 on camera. And I'm very happy it wasn't just a sub-19, but it was a PB overall. Well done, W Mills. Despite being a little tinker last week, you gave a sterling effort in that final 2K, despite feeling terrible, to get the job done for the loyal subscribers of Crown My Run. And thank you very much for watching, everyone. Cram will be back soon next week with another Parkrun special. We'll see you then.